Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be testing out the new Lorac Palette Pro 4, not 3, the 4 one. So here's what the palette itself looks like. I have not tried this yet. The only thing I've done to it is taken a picture, and that is it. So I'm going to try this out and see how good it is. Here's what the colors look like on the inside. The colors are very pretty. I know a lot of people are complaining that the colors are very ordinary, but honestly I really like Lorac's formula, so I wanted to give this palette a try to see if it's any good, to see if it's comparable to their other Pro palettes, because Pro palettes from Lorac are very, very good. One of my first palettes that I ever purchased actually was Lorac. It was the Lorac Pro 1, and I love that palette. So I'm hoping this is just as good. So we're going to get right into this. I already have most of my other makeup on, so I'll tell you guys what I have on my face. So as far as foundation, I am wearing the Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation. So this is something that's a very lightweight coverage. It doesn't have a whole lot of coverage to it. So since my skin is getting better, it still has some acne scars and things like that that you can see, but honestly I'm not that concerned about covering them completely up. The other thing I have on for bronzer, I have on, where'd it go? I have on the Balm Take Home the Bronze. This for me seems a little yellow. I don't know why, but I feel like it has like a lot of yellow tones to it, so it's not my favorite, and it's very powdery, so I'm not sure I love that enough to keep it. For my brows, I'm wearing the Kat Von D Super Brow. I love this product. This one here was actually sent to me by an influencer, so I've tried it many, many times, and I've told you guys I really do love this product. I feel like it's a really good brow product if you're looking for something that's going to help your brows to kind of stay placed and also give you that pigmentation that you're looking for to fill in your brows. It's really good. And then as far as, what else do I have on? Oh, blush. As far as blush, what did I do with my blush? I think I lost it. Uh-oh. It's a Balm blush. Here it is. It's the Balm Springs blush. So this is the blush I'm wearing on my cheeks today. So it's nothing real fancy or anything. It's just a very basic blush. Honestly, I feel like this is a really good blush to just kind of give yourself a light wash of color. So that is everything that's on my face so far. So we're going to finish out the rest by putting the eyeshadow on, and then I'll finish up the makeup look and I'll come back and show you a completed look. But we just want to try this palette out today. So, oh, my eyelids are primed as well. My eyelids are primed using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is my favorite eyelid primer. It's technically not a primer for your eyelids, but I use it as one, and I've used this a lot. You can tell this is one of my very well loved primers. So let's go ahead and jump into this little get ready with me type of deal. So the first thing I'm going to do is open this palette up. I can see already the palette's getting dirty, so that's going to be nice. But I think most of their palettes are like that. They get a little bit dirty. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and set down a color for my lids. So I'm going to choose Chantilly. So I'm going to use Chantilly on this ACM tool brush. I don't know where I got this brush from, but it's a really good brush for just setting down color. So I'm just going to put that on. And then we'll swatch all these colors out for you too, guys. So if you're wanting to see these colors swatched, I'll show you them swatched as well. So this is Chantilly again. I'm going to go on the other side. I'm just going to apply that on. Just basically setting the primer that I put on my lid to help blend the shadows better. It's not going to really, there's not a whole lot of pigmentation to this one, which is fine because I really don't want it to be uber pigmented. I would like for it to have some sort of pigmentation to it though, so that it can help still disguise any kind of discoloration that I have going on my lid. So it's got a little bit of pigmentation, but nothing major. So now I'm going to go ahead and start doing my crease. I'm going to go in with Pecan. I'm going to go with Pecan using my Morphe M433 brush. So I'm going to dip into this. Ooh, it's got a ton of kick up. And I know I'm using a Morphe brushes, and Morphe brushes are a little bit more harder, but you can see it's got a ton of kick up here. Like, it's really bad. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it definitely has some kick up and dust off. So I'm going to go in with this one. I'm going to use this for my transition shade. It's not showing up real dark on my skin though. So let's go in again. I'm going to tap in a little bit lighter. Maybe I went a little too hard the first time. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah. I didn't tap off quite as much as well, so I kind of left most of it on. Since Lorac is a very soft pressed pigment, you want to make sure that you do not go in real heavy handed, because it will do exactly what mine did initially. It'll kind of give you a lot of kick up because it's so softly pressed. So you just want to make sure you go in with a light hand and then you blend that stuff out. The one thing I really do like about Lorac as well is that how easy they blend. I feel like they blend out very, very easily. I don't have any problems blending them out. So I really like the way that they work. Go ahead and start on the other side now. I'm going to do the same thing. I like to try to like go at almost a, I guess you could say like an L shape upside down. I'm I'm just basically trying to get it up as far as I can because I do have hooded lids. So like when I'm looking at you directly, you can't really see much of what's going on there. So I like to try to get it at least up in there so a little bit so that you can still see that I have makeup on. So we're just going to continue to do that. So far this color is really pretty. But again, I don't want to tap off too much because you saw what happened the first time. I went in and tapped off a little too much and then I had hardly any color pigmentation. So just use your brush very light-handed. Okay, so that is good for the actual transition. I'm really enjoying that color. So far, so good. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do an outer V color. So I like to use this brush right here. This is my Glamour Doll Eyes. This is the Sperm Whale brush. I love this brush. I still have not purchased another one. I need to do that. I'm going to go in and we're going to go into a deep shade here. We're going to go into Blackcurrant, which is this shade over here. It's like a purple shade. It's a very beautiful purple actually. It's almost the same color as the palette. So gonna dip into that, tap off a little bit. That one didn't have as much kick up. I don't know if it's the brush has something to do with that or not. I'm sure the Morphe brushes are not the best brushes as far as the quality and how soft they are, but they're really good for blending. So if you're looking for something that's going to help you blend pretty quick because they are a little bit more hard, they will help you blend very well. So I'm gonna dip back into Blackcurrant again and go over here and I'm just kind of working this in slowly. I'm not gonna go in very heavy-handed. I want to just work this in slowly in the outer V and then bring it up into the crease a little bit. This is my typical eye look. I don't really do a whole lot of different creative eye looks. I wish I could. I'm just not that creative, to be honest with you. So I know I just stick with what works for my eye shape, and this usually works well for my eye shape. So you kind of stick with what you know. So if this particular shape doesn't work for your eye shape, you do the colors however you want to if you have this palette. You can put it on however you want to. Makeup is just makeup. It's fun. And that sometimes I think people take it a little too seriously and they get a little bit sensitive about it. And to me, it's just makeup. I'm like, at the end of the day, you're going to wash it off and the next day you're going to put some more on. So it's not so serious. So I'm just still just building. I'll say blending and building at the same time. I'm still building this up in the outer V here. I'm just building it up very slowly because like I said, I don't want to go in super pigmented and then have to try to work that out. So I'm just blending. I feel like there's a patchy spot right there. Do you guys see that? It's like not blending right there. I don't know what's going on right there, but that's a little bit weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over here and do a little bit more and then blend. I may have to go with a different brush and blend because I feel like maybe this is not blending it out the best. So we'll try a different brush here in a second. Let's try this one here. This is a Morphe M441 brush. These brushes you can purchase at Ulta. So that's where I got my brushes from because I like to purchase most of my beauty products from Ulta because I feel like they have the best reward system and everything. These two colors, when I put them together, they feel like they kind of muddied. You can't really see much of a difference now. So, okay, that's not so good. But again, this is first impressions. This is not, I haven't tried this palette out thoroughly enough to know whether or not this is going to be an excellent palette. I will come back and let you guys know after I've tried this out more times to let you guys know my final thoughts and everything like that, because I know that's really important to give your final thoughts on a palette, because I know a lot of times people don't do that, and that's really crucial in my opinion to make sure that you're not only giving your initial impressions but your final thoughts. So now I'm going to, let's go in and put this purple, this Merlot color onto my lid. And I'm going to use this brush right here. This is not an actual flat shader brush or anything. Forgot to pull a flat shader brush, which I probably could do really quickly, but we're just going to do it this way. We're going to roll. So I'm going to go into Merlot. I'm dipping in with a, this is a Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. So I'm just going to tap that onto my lid here. Even with not having a flat shader brush, that's going on very beautifully. Look at that. That's really pretty. I'm loving this purple look. I love purples. So again, just tap this on the other side. And then, oh yeah, that's very pretty. I like that. Oh my gosh, if you could see my pants though, I've got a ton of fallout on my pants. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into, let's see, Soft Pearl. I've cleaned my brush off so with a just a towel. So I'm going to go into Soft Pearl and I'm going to dip into that, and then I'm going to apply that here to give me that almost a 3D effect, where it's like the ombre effect, where it looks kind of flows in together. So Soft Pearl again, this is a really pretty color. Oh yeah. Me likey. I bet if you go in with your finger, that's going to be even more intense. So let's try that. Let's go with soft pearl here. I have it on the tip of my finger here. And just tap it there. Oh yeah. Can you see a difference? I think it looks completely different by doing it that way. And also you could as well do, like, wet your brush with some setting spray or some water, whatever you choose to use. Alright, I'm just going to tap that on there a little bit. And now I'm going to blend. So that's, to me, is the most important thing, of course, in the end, is making sure that you blend everything very well. So I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M433 brush. I cleaned it off a little bit. And now I'm just going to blend backwards. I always blend backwards. I don't know if anybody else does that. I always blend backwards on the lid to kind of mute everything out a little bit. And then I go up in here and I blend. Blend, blend, blend. Jaclyn Hill always taught us how to blend our shadows. Well, she at least told us to blend our shadows. And she's right. The more you blend, the better it's going to look. So now I'm going to clean off a little bit and then go over to the other side. Tap off a little bit. And I'm going to blend this up. Keep on blending. Okay, I am really enjoying this so far. Looks so nice. What do you guys think? So far so good in my opinion. Okay, now I need to go ahead and that's all I'm going to do for now with the eyes using the palette today. Of course, like I said, I'm going to be doing it a little bit more. I'm probably going to go back into the palette to finish up the eyes a little bit more, but for now, this is it. I'm going to go ahead and find my concealer wherever I put it. Oh, here it is. Using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is my favorite concealer ever. I like to use this in the end. As you can see, there is no fallout though. There's no fallout under my eyes. Honestly, there's not much cleanup to do. So I'm going to just take a little bit of this here. I always just take it and put it wherever I have the darkest spots at on my eyes, which is usually the inner corner of my eye. I put it there and then I blend it out. So I'm just going to go in with my Wet Beauty blender and blend that out. You have to let me know if you guys want to see like maybe a couple looks using this palette, or if you just want a final thoughts on it. Because if you want a couple looks, we can do maybe a couple looks in one video. We'll do like 2 or 3 looks in a video. So we can see how versatile this palette can be. So we can see if it can create multiple looks, not just this purple look that I created today. I just did purple because I feel like the palette is purple, and so I feel like that just made me want to do purple. I'm not sure if that was the best choice or not, but we'll find out the more I use it, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to set that powder a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Peach Perfect setting powder from Too Faced. And I have a little bit on the lid here already, so I'm just going to tap into that. And then I'm going to start in the outer portion and just tap that around. I like to do it this way, start in the outer portion of my eye and then bring it in, because I feel like then it doesn't look as crepey or creepy or whatever you want to call it under your eyelids. So set it that way. I'm going to set around my nose too, because for some reason around my nose I lose my foundation. It starts to fade away. Now I'm going to, I did not grab an eyelash curler. I got my eyelash curler and I also found a flat shader brush, but this is not really a flat shader brush. This is the Sephora brand. It's called the glitter brush, I think is what it's called. I love this brush because it puts on like pigments that are very, very like shimmery or whatever. It puts them on really easily. So what I'm going to do is go back into that soft pearl shade, and I'm going to make that a little bit darker using this brush right here. It looks dirty, but it's not actually dirty. So let's just do a double check to make sure it's not actually dirty, because I might be wrong. Okay, so let's tap into this. See, do you see when you tap in it with this brush right here? It kind of pushes the pigment in a little bit, as you can tell. But it picks it up so nicely. Like, it does it kind of like your finger would, but you can get in better situations. You can get it like closer to the inner corner and everything like that. But I really like how this applies. So I'm going to go into the other side and do the same thing. Tap onto there. I just think this does a much better job than what your finger could do, because especially for me, I have really big hands, so it's hard for me to get my fingers in the little small spots of my eye. Okay, so there we go. That looks much better in my opinion. Okay, now I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to use my Tarte. This is like the, I don't know, like the mermaid one. I'm going to curl my lashes with this real quick. I'm Gonna give it a couple pumps. And then another side over here. Oh gosh, don't get your eyelid. I've done that so many times. I've actually pinched my eyelid so many times curling my lashes and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna go back and give it just a little bit more of a pump. I used to not curl my lashes at all until someone told me that that would really help with my mascara application. Sorry, my phone is going off. I forgot to turn it off. Let me see if I can turn it off for you real quick. That's very annoying. Alright, there we go. She's off. Okay, now for mascara, I'm going to be trying out a sample size mascara. This is the Hourglass. This is the Extreme Lash Mascara. I got this with a Sephora order, so I want to try this out and see how good it is. Let's get it out of the package here. Ooh, I like the packaging. It's like that triangular shape. Even for a deluxe sample size, that's pretty fancy. So, I usually like the deluxe sample sizes of mascara because I feel like they last a long time. So, you guys know I'm terrible at mascara, so we'll see how bad I can do with this one. So, let's just put it on and see what happens. I know everybody says like there's different techniques for helping you to get your mascara on better, like open your mouth and then like lean your head a certain way. I've tried most of the techniques and I still just suck at mascara, so kind of giving up. I'm like, whatever, this is gonna go in the way it does. As long as it's on my lash set at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? Okay. Not sure where it's saying it's extreme. Do you guys feel like it's extreme so far with the first coat? I don't know. Maybe there's a technique to it. I'll have to read the box. Maybe there's a technique that you're supposed to do with it. I don't know why, but that technique, the one I just said, that reminds me of SpongeBob. I think it was the episode where, if you guys ever watch SpongeBob, if you have kids, it's the episode where they're doing the pinky out, which is one of my favorite things to talk about. Pinky out, because it's fancy. Or no, it wasn't. It was the one where they're jellyfishing. That's what it was. Okay. I'm confused. Alright. Second coat going on here. I'm trying to get in as close as I can so you guys can see this going on just as well as I can. Plus, I need to get closer to my mirror because I'm kind of blonde a little bit, I feel like sometimes. I like to just put it on and then wiggle it up through. That's how I typically try to do my mascara. I don't know if that's the right way, the wrong way, or just the my way. Okay. So far, I don't think this is like holy girl status for me. I mean, this is again a first impressions of the mascara as well, but I don't really... It gives your lashes, like, it definitely gives them length, it gives them volume, but I wouldn't say it's extreme. Like it was saying, it says extreme, and I'm like, where? Okay, let me grab something here. Sorry guys, I keep getting off camera. I need to grab a Q-tip because you guys know that is my best friend for after I do mascara. Now I'm going to go ahead and go and clean up, or not clean up, but finish my under part of my eye here with the foundation, with the palette. So I'm going to go in with, uh-oh, do I have not a small brush? Okay, we can use this one. No, we'll use this one. We're going to use this It Cosmetics. This is the one that's like, it's for your, like your lash line and things like that. I don't know what the brush is actually called. So I'm going to go in with that. And I'm going to start with, we're going to go back the way we did. So we're going to start with Pecan. And we're just going to put a little bit of that under here. Just to help give it some color. And I'll dip into Pecan again. Isn't that what I used? Pecan? Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember doing Pecan before. Is it Pecan or Pecan? How do you say it? I say Pecan. Pecan pie. You guys ever had pecan pie? Now we're going to go into Blackcurrant. So I'm just going to barely dip into there. And I'm just going to put that towards the outer portion of it. I don't really want that too dark. I just want a little bit right here. And then do the same thing on the other side. And just barely put it in there. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit and I'm going to blend out a little bit here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the same color, the Soft Pearl. I'm just going to tap my little pinky in it. Not my little, I have a big pinky. And I'm just going to put that as my inner corner highlight. Okay. I am not hating this at all. You guys will have to let me know. I might want to put a little bit more purple. You know what? I'm going to go in with a little bit more purple up in here. We're just going to make it a little bit more bold. So I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M441 brush. This is a little bit more fluffy. So I'm just going to barely tap into here and get some on my brush here and then make it a little bit more bold. Why not? Go bold or go home, right? We gotta clean up my mascara mess still too. Tap into there. I just love purple looks. I don't know what it is about purple, but I just love purples. Okay. So that is the completed eye look without fixing my mess I have here. So let me fix this mess. So I'll show you guys once your mascara is dried and you have made a mess like I did, all you have to do is take a Q-tip and then tap that wherever you made a mess with your mascara, and that's going to literally wipe it away. And it's not going to disrupt your mascara, it's not going to smear it all over your lid. It just literally just wipes away the mascara that you messed up with. And I have something here, so I'm going to clean that up as well. Alright, so there is the completed eye look. I'm kind of liking it. What do you guys think? I think she's pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and swatch the whole palette out for you guys. I'm just going to live swatch it because I think that those are the best swatches. I don't like inserted swatches. I think a live swatch shows more detail, because especially because then you can see how many times somebody wiped their finger across it. So we're going to go in with the first one. We're going to do the mattes first. We're going to go in with Chantilly. So Chantilly, Brulee, Pecan, and Rosebud. So they're the first 4 swatches here. So I'm going to put them on my arm, or should I put them here? There is Chantilly, Brulee, Pecan, and Rosebud. So there are the first 4 swatches. You guys, what do you think so far? This one's not showing up much, but like I said, this one is basically just my skin color. This one is fine. Let's do the Jen Loves Reviews wipe test, because Jen is known for that. So let's use my little black makeup cloth here, and we're going to do the wipe test. So those stayed. So wipe pretty hard, and there's still a little bit of pigmentation there. So these seem like they're going to last for a while on your eyelids, because that's why she does the wipe test, to kind of show you the longevity of the makeup. So it seems like these are going to last. Now we're going to go into the second, or the last 4 shades in the matte row. So we're going to go into Warm Ginger, Cognac, Amaretto, and Blackcurrant. Blackcurrant feels a little bit different than the rest. Blackcurrant feels a little bit more texturized. So again, Warm Ginger. Oop. So there we go, twice. See, there, you wouldn't have known that if I would have done that before. Warm Ginger, Cognac, Amaretto, and Blackcurrant. So there are the swatches. This one seems like it's falling out, even though we saw it go on the eyes and it looked beautiful, but it looks like it's falling out and it looks patchy. Even though on the eyes, no, you know what? It was a little patchy on the eyes. If you remember that one spot, it was looking a little patchy over here, so that could make sense why. So let's do the wipe test for these. Oh yeah, they're definitely going to stay for a while, so that's good. So Jen, your wipe test definitely works, so that's a great tool to use to know whether or not eyeshadow is going to last. Now we're going to go into Soft Pearl, Iced Rose, Silver Mauve, and Begonia. So Soft Pearl, Iced Rose, Silver Mauve, and Begonia. So there are the 4 shades swatched, and we're going to swatch them down my arm. So Soft Pearl, that one's so pretty. That is the one that I have on my inner corner and everything. Look how gorgeous that is. Iced Rose. Ooh, look at that one. This one, I feel like you need to smooth it out some. It's kind of chunky. Silver Mauve, or Mauve. This one again is a little bit chunky as well. So if you smooth it out, you can see some iridescence to it. So it's got a little bit of sparkle in this one. And then we got Begonia. Oh, Begonia is really pretty. Look at Begonia, guys. They all seem like they're a little bit chunky, or I just had too much on my fingers, but they all swatch beautifully. Look at those colors, guys. What do you guys think? It reminds me, this section right here is giving me, oops, almost forgot to show you the wipe test. Yeah, they're doing good too. So, they reminded me of the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. Do you think the same thing? That's what, for some reason, those shadows right there specifically remind me of the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. So, that's interesting. Now we're going to go into Candlelight, Merlot, Java, and Midnight. And these are all very soft and buttery. That is a very pigmented black. Look at that black, guys. Look, woo. That's a very pigmented black. So let's see what it looks like swatched. Candlelight. Again, do you see the chunkiness, what I'm talking about? How I feel like either I got too much or something. So if you smooth it out, it's a lot prettier. Merlot. Oof, look at all the chunkiness in that one. Java. Again, the chunkiness. Do you see that? It's like it's too chunky or something. That's weird. This one has almost a duochrome. Then Midnight. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. I thought it was going to be better than that. It's good, but it's not great. So it's a little bit patchy there. So that is the fourth, or the last of the shadows to swatch. I'm going to swipe this off. Look, they are not going anywhere. Oh my gosh, that black is really not going anywhere. That is some pigmented black. Holy smokes. Let's see if I can try to get that off. Goodness, it is not coming off no matter what I do. I'm glad I did that last. Holy smokes. So that one is going to definitely last a long time on your eyes. So that one may actually even be good to use as an eyeliner since it's lasting so long on my arm. I'm going to have to go wash my arm now. It's not coming off. So anyway, that is the completed look for today of a first impressions of the Lorac Pro 4. So again, here's what the palette looks like, a close-up of it after I've swatched it. It does get a little bit messy, as you can tell, because these shadows are very, very soft. So don't be worried about that, though. If you're someone who's concerned about soft shadows just means that they're going to blend a little bit better, in my opinion. And then not only that, now I feel like the soft shadows, I feel like they just feel better on your skin and on your eyes and things like that. So I think soft shadows are nice. I like pressed hard shadows at the same time because I feel like those are going to last you for a long time. This is something I feel like it's very soft press where you might hit pan pretty quickly on this. I don't know. I just got it, so I really don't know. I can't tell you that. But the bottom row here, I noticed has a lot of problems with like chunking. So a lot of it's coming off. It's almost like peeling off. It's really weird. So even in the pan, you can tell where like this one here really looks like it peeled a little bit. So just take note of that as well. But this again is first impressions, and I will continue to use this, and I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts on it. And let me know if you want to see maybe 2 or 3 looks using this palette. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.